Okay, welcome back to Equalnomics. The language of water is regularly used as a metaphor in economics. We talk about frozen versus liquid assets, we talk about cash flow, about money circulation, about bottlenecks, about stagnation, about waves, flooding the market, drowning in debt, slush funds, drip feed stimulus, overheating, drought, sink or swim, safety nets, pools of capital, and of course, the good old trickle-down effect. Now, I see a lot of comments online saying either trickle-down economics doesn't work or trying to retrofit the fountain metaphor onto the real world. And most of the retrofits don't really work very well. I have a way of seeing this, and I haven't seen anyone talk about this online yet, and so I'd like to share it with you. First of all, let's do the groundworks. I'm going to make 4 claims. If you disagree with any of these claims, leave a comment and I'm happy to make a subsequent video where I justify these claims. But for now, I'm just going to state them as fact. Workers are the wealth creators. Owners are not wealth creators. The wealth a worker creates is divided between the worker and the owner. The worker will spend most of their cut on rent and services, the majority of which will end up with owners. No amount of money will ever make anyone wholly satisfied. The traditional trickle-down model says that the wealthy are at the top of the fountain, and if you allow them to get richer, then their wealth will spill out and lubricate the rest of the fountain. Now, let's address the issues with this model. Wealth doesn't appear in the pockets of the owners like it does at the top of the fountain. It's created by the workers. Owners don't hire workers philanthropically because they have enough money. They do so to extract wealth. In a fountain, water at the bottom doesn't just climb its way up the rungs to the top. It's pumped to the top. The point of a fountain is that it's a stable ecosystem. So let's try a different model. What if the bottom pool represented the owners and the top pool represented the workers? The wealth starts at the top, having been created by the workers. The workers then share some of their wealth that they create with their employer. The workers then spend their money and more wealth flows down to the owner. The pool at the bottom is the biggest, and no amount of water will ever satisfy it. The only way to get that money back to the top is to pump it. Now, a pump might be unpopular, it might be unnatural, but it's the only way to maintain a working fountain. The pump is, of course, tax. Now, our current tax system fails to pump water to the top at the same rate that it falls down to the bottom. The result is an ever-increasing pool at the bottom and a fountain that is rapidly drying up. If we don't fix the tax system and fix it quickly, we may never get that pump back up and running ever again. Tax wealth, not work. See you in the next video.